There's the bell now. We have one full lap. There's the podium that they'll be standing upon at the end of today, the great and the good. So keep yourself safe. Make sure you're on the correct side of the road. One suspects that Omega Pharma Quickstep have been told exactly which way to be here.
Well, the peloton, Carlton, now spreading right across the road, as sometimes happens on this final stage of the Tour of Qatar. We've seen it so many times. There's such a sense of urgency. They're seeing the finish line so frequently that sometimes the teams get organised a little bit too far out. And over the final lap, the final couple of kilometres heading towards the finish line, there's a kind of ripple effect. The lead-out men begin to drop back, and suddenly the main sprinters are exposed too far out. No one wants to take the initiative, and the riders with the really explosive power, and I'm thinking of course of Cavendish, also of Bouhanni. He was so fast in the third stage of this race, where we saw a little bit that effect. The urgency goes out of the lead-out. The lead-outs end a little bit too early. Suddenly, the sprinters have to do their own work. They look at each other.
They're doing it now, man.
You do it.
They're absolutely doing it now.
And we'll see what happens.
Yeah, Daniele Benatti from Saxo Tinkoff also coming up to the fore here. And going the long way round here. Bardini, Veloci, CSF Inox, thinking about Felipe Fortin. Well, we've talked about Fortin before, I beg your pardon, earlier on today. And they clearly, out front at the moment, are pacing everybody. Now, there was just a brief hiatus after they crossed the start-finish line here of these laps of the Corniche. It seemed that, as Matt was saying, they did get a little bit excited, and then all of a sudden it was, let's rest up just a little bit. We're burning a bit too much here. And suddenly Bardini have gone off and said, look, we can do this as well with 4 to go. And Astana are the nearest to them. And Francis Desjeux, watch out for Nasser Bouhanni, the French champion, and Jeffrey Soup as well. He is there. Now, they come down this Corniche on the water side. The finish is on the park side, if that makes sense, just a little bit inside. 4 to go then, 3 in just a few moments' time. And Bardini, Veloci and Cannondale are doing a fantastic job. It is Cannondale on the front. Excuse me for that, with a big stripe down their back for Viviani. So Cannondale's huge check over. Dimarchi, Curran, Ratto are here as well. Goodness gracious, look at the pace that they're laying down with 3 to go. And Neta Pejura have come to join the fun as well out front. It's between those two, and they are bullying the field at the moment. Nearest to them and possibly in the best position could be Sky here. They're in a decent spot, and it started to break down a little bit further. Oh dear, it's starting to fall a piece, and lots of looking over and falling apart. Lots of looking over shoulders, particularly for Francis Desjeux here. Well, who knows how this one's going to end. Right now, Cannondale and Viviani, along with Neta Pejura. I wonder if there's been some kind of alliance formed here. They've got one now, and Francis Desjeux hook it back together again. On the roll here, and lots of worried faces amongst Omega Pharma Quickstep here, because they've been brutalised by these other teams. Some may say just perhaps a little bit off the top draw, but absolutely not. They've got some really fine sprinters in here, and it looks like they're going to do a job here. Here comes Sky saying, thank you very much. We've decided to use your pace and enjoy it a little bit ourselves. And there's Edvald Bosenhagen just in P4 at the moment. They've edged themselves in front of Cannondale as we speak. And where's Omega Pharma Quickstep? That's the question. The golden jersey just a little bit further back. You can see him, Mark Cavendish, just on the right-hand side of your screen here. And it leaves enough room for Orica Green Edge to suddenly join the party, thinking about Krupis, with Cook and Davis doing a proper job here. Sam Bewley sadly no longer part of this race. Big flick out from the shoulders here, from the elbow here. Eisel's done an amazing job for this team. He's been hoovering up points left, right and centre as far as the intermediate sprints are concerned, but he's very much part of the drivetrain here. And Edvald Bosenhagen is the man on the inside, or on the outside as we look at it here, closest to the Horlicks. Eddie Merckx doing a proper PR job here. Meanwhile, it's August Shimano that's come through here. August Shimano on the nose of this one. Oh, it's chop and change all the time. And Francis Desjeux are also involved here, and Saxo Tinkoff make amends for their lack of position earlier on. It's all over the place at the moment. The French champion suddenly makes his nose seen here. Nasser Bouhanni, who's in a great place here. Now, if Jeff Soup is his last man along the way here, he could do something very special. August Shimano then in a good position for John John Degenkolb, with Tom Velers also fancying his chances here. Round they come. They'll come to the Flamme Rouge in just a moment's time. The pace is extraordinarily high at the moment. It's Argos Shimano that's just leaving everyone in their wake. Oh, there is on the left-hand side of your screen, right-hand side of the road, the red jersey of the Norwegian champion, Boasson Hagen. Can he deliver? Can Cannondale pick it back up again? Mixed in with them are Bardini, Veloci, CSF. Oh, there'll be a little bit of a hiatus here as the quick men get it together, and suddenly no chance for them to rest. Absolutely not. Fortini's in a good position here, but is he going to have to do it all on his own? We look for the golden jersey. He's out of it at the moment on this particular stage. Mark Cavendish is just hampered. It looks like he's lost his teammates. It's got a bit ragged as far as the front is concerned. And Astana go for it, and Andrea Gardini is waiting. He's got his teammate in front of him. Are they going to lose out if they're not careful here? Argos Shimano also coming through and looking very, very hot on this one. Oh, this is fantastic racing. It's Tom Velers who's at the nose at the moment in white. And here comes Eddie Boss. Is he going to light it up and take one here? Not if they can help it. The French champions on this one. Is Bohani going to make his way through? Bohani for the French. Oh, and look at the further over. It's Katusha as well with Christopher Brut. Oh, the space, and Mark Cavendish fights from absolutely nowhere. A genius drive. Unbelievable stuff. Mark Cavendish makes it again. I thought he was lost, but he is found. And he's found 4 stage wins. What a champion in action. Goodness gracious me. Mark Cavendish. He is a bully in the very best sense. I feel beaten up myself. Well, it was the very last moment. He had to do it on his own. His team had paced him properly, but when it came to it, Cavendish, goodness gracious. Nicky Terps is getting a lot of thanks from him, and I'm not surprised one little bit. Well, it's a whole team effort. It has to be to take a title here, and they've done it. Now, watch the gold jersey of Mark Cavendish. At the moment, he's in P20, bottom left-hand side of your screen, mid-left, I should say. And there he goes. This is the moment he lights it up. Left it extraordinarily late, but you know what? Late's good enough, provided you're first through the door at the party. And that is exactly what he did again. Unbelievable stuff. Once again, Utarovic close to him, the Belarusian tight on the inside here. Made that lunge once more, but Cav enough time to sit up and say thank you very much.
It's going to open on the left, so it's waiting on the left, wait.
There you go. He's surfing the spare road, and I think we're listening in to exactly that comment. He knows these finishes like the back of his hand. He hardwires them into his brain, and he has delivered yet again. Absolutely superb. Let's see the winning margin. It's a wheel. Breathless stuff. Mark Cavendish, Utarovic, nearest man to him. Barry Marcus again. Goodness me, Barry, he's going to give us a heart attack. Adam Blythe in 4th place ahead of Taylor Finney. And Kenny Van Hommel in 6th place ahead of Christophe Eisel, Buhani and Boivin.